I heard the new Marilyn Manson album is good. According to
I actually heard that too. That's
Revolver, but I don't have it.
I mean, I'm not that dude that's like, anti fucking Marilyn Manson.
Yeah, I'm not that into him.
Yeah, he's songs he has that I like, and he's got songs I couldn't give a fuck about.
Right. Bailey was all into him for a while.
I know. Hear the new Amon Amarth yet?
No, I haven't heard it.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
I heard the first song of it, I should say.
Yeah, let's see if I can get Halo to finally start.
I've got like almost all of Amon Amarth, and I'm like, yeah, I like, I'm putting my music together for the road. I'm like halfway just like putting it on my iPhone. I just take it all off. Like I can't drive with that. I'll completely fucking kill somebody in a way. Although I was playing Ghost for my daughter this morning. I was showing her the videos. She thought they were pretty good.
They won a freaking Grammy.
Huh?
They won a Grammy.
I know. They should. They're good.
I don't think they're metal. I mean, it's like black.
It's
like Blue Oyster Cult
really
is metal.
obscure sort of.
Blue Oyster Cult metal. Like, it's
Oh,
metal, but it's not. It's very progressive. It almost sounds like classic rock, except it's new. And they're singing about Satan the entire time.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I don't have to hold on. I'll be ready in a second.
Yep, we're going to start in a second. Exactly. I'm going to turn the music down.
It's fine. I'm in a different room today.
Smaller one now that they moved you to a new room. Dino, get in there.
It's actually the computer room where there's actually a computer. Well,
You would hope with a name like that.
All
the
right.
name of the computer
I'm
room,
going to
right?
start 5 minutes early so we can
I'm in the bathroom, but there's no bath.
start. So I can watch the show. Here we go.
Oh.
March 6, 2016. Undead from Cleveland. You're listening to Video Game News Radio with your host, Kevin Baird.
Brian Baird.
Don Anderson.
And Larry.
Woo!
There he is.
Larry made it just in the nick of time.
How fucking awesome is that for timing?
I saw his picture come up.
Slid right into the room.
I didn't say that.
Like the scene from Risky Business where he just slides in, but hopefully he's wearing pants.
In fact, I am sitting here in a polo shirt and underwear.
Thong.
I was going to say exactly what type of underwear, but yeah.
All right, let's see. So we're going to start off with our top 20 drinking game. Everybody get your beverage ready. Today I've got Cherry Diet Dr. Pepper. And, yeah, so the way the game is played is we're looking at the top 20 games list on Amazon, and if we list something off that actually isn't a game, you have to drink. And we do mean alcohol. You have to drink booze, even if you're underage.
Yeah.
Especially
Yep.
if you're underage.
If your parents say anything, say the VGN guys told me, I had to.
Yeah. If your parents have a liquor cabinet, go raid it.
Just smash that fucker right open.
If they give you any shit, go fucking Menendez on them.
Yep.
And
We
most
never
of you
said this.
know that reference anyway, so it's all good.
Drink up, kids. Number 20. Starts us off with Disney Infinity 3.0 edition. 3.0 edition, so there's a new edition of The Vision. And that's a drink.
Cool it now.
Marvel's
That's
The
not a
Vision.
game?
That's Marvel's The Vision. No, that's just an action figure.
Drake?
That doesn't actually have any action. So I guess it's just a figure. Definitely drink. Number 19. Disney Infinity 3.0 edition Judy Hop, which is not a game. So drink.
Huh.
I don't even know what Judy Hop is from. Don,
I'm
which cartoon is Judy Hop from?
no idea. I'm just assuming she's Asian though.
Judy Hops. That's what it is.
Racist.
Got a
Okay.
kind of like a spacesuit on or something with a ray gun. No idea. No idea. Judy Hops. She's number 19. Number 18. Fire Emblem Fates Birthright for the Nintendo 3DS. That's a game. Number 17. Far Cry Primal for the Xbox One. Number 16. Fire Emblem Fates Conquest for the 3DS. Number 15 is the Disney Infinity 3.0 edition. Sorry, I have to load the page. Marvel's Black Panther figure. That's a drink.
Oh,
Larry, what are you drinking this week?
Well, Kevin, I'm really fucking poor, so I'm drinking Bud Light. Oh, Bud Light.
Bud Light. It's different for you on this show. I don't think you've ever drank the Bud Light on the show. Well, I mean, not that we've
Never
talked
done it in
about
my
it.
life.
Like I'm sure by next week it'll be Natty Light or the Beast or something, but I'm using the last of my savings to get some Bud Light this week.
taking a shot for the team so he can stay in the game.
I am.
Somebody, Scoop said he wants my opinion of Star Wars Force Awakens. It was good.
Tell him no.
It was good. It's just a
No,
setup.
Don't say nothing.
It's
Don't
a
tell him.
setup for the later films, right? So it's everything we kind of seen before, but you got introduced to new characters. It's funny. You know, it's got some funny parts. I thought some parts were really predictable, and that's not a knock, but it could have been a little bit, you know, some of it could have been a little bit more,
You knew what was going on.
yeah, I mean, even when you knew what it wasn't going on, you know,
Introducing the Falcon, that was a. I didn't expect that.
yeah, right. That was good.
I haven't seen it.
I don't want to say too much else. Well, you can.
I
You've
haven't
seen
spoiled
in
it
the.
for you.
You've seen in the.
It's good you did
But
that.
yeah,
You've seen in the
totally
trailers
wasn't
that the
expecting
Millennium
to find out that
Falcon's in it. So
R2D2 was Jar Jar Binks and Leah's kid.
And the way that the Sarlacc pit spit out Boba Fett.
I know that's crazy, but I was so glad. I was so glad they nipped that in the bud because I always hated that end for him. So
Right.
you know,
But yeah, I thought it was good. But
What a-
you know, I didn't really. I mean, you could tell me if I'm wrong, but I didn't really feel like any of the bad guys were.
Bad enough.
Yeah,
Bad
they
guys.
weren't as nearly as bad as the Emperor and Darth Vader. Now we don't really know what the main bad guy can do because he just talks. But I don't know. I mean, yeah.
oh, so it's not that they weren't necessarily evil enough. It's just that they just sat around and didn't do anything.
Well, I mean,
Sort
you
of.
got that Captain Phasma that shows up, and you're like, "Wow, look at this silver stormtrooper!" And then it's like, "Hi, I'm Captain Phasma." And you're like, "Oh, that's not very intimidating."
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a step up from the droidy robots that Lucas did, you know what I mean? Like, those were really dumb. Like, you're, like, thinking, like, how's anybody going to have a problem with those? But yeah, not nearly as evil as Darth Vader and, you know, the Imperial March and, you know,
Right.
he takes off his helmet and he's got, like, his brain showing and he's inside that thing talking to some evil guy. You know, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if you can get fucking evil.
It's kind of
in
hard
that.
to make kids these days afraid of anything because they're just sort of taught at birth, you know, don't be afraid of nothing.
I mean, just
'Cause I'll just
powerful, though,
sue
too.
him.
What are you talking about? Today's kids get butt hurt over everything.
Exactly.
Well, I'm not saying that they don't get hurt. I'm just saying, you know, they're told, don't worry about it.
The stakes just didn't seem as high. But again, first movie, it's fine.
Yeah.
Did really good for the first flick. All right. 14. Disney Infinity 3.0 edition. No, this one's Nick Wild Figure. And that's a drink.
That's a drink.
Very good.
Number 13 is also a drink. So keep drinking.
No.
Disney Infinity 3.0 edition Marvel's Ant-Man figure. Number 12.
Crawls on your skin.
Star Fox Zero for the Wii U. Number 11, Ghostbusters Stay Puffed Fun Pack.
Is it just like a pack of marshmallows?
Just drink. It's just a toys.
The sailor's hat on.
Number 10. And this is actually the regular list. This isn't even the movers and shakers. This is the bestseller list. Disney Infinity 3.0 Edition Marvel Battlegrounds playset. Drink.
Christ.
It's a playset. Drink it.
Number 9, Dark Souls 3 Day 1 Edition for the PlayStation 4. Number 8, Pokemon Yellow version for the 3DS. Only
She's a
$10.
coward.
Oh, actually, it's for the Game Boy. It says 3DS on here, but the picture is of the Game Boy. So, well, I don't know. Special Pikachu edition? That's what it says on here. The image might be wrong. Number 7, Disney Infinity 3.0 Star Wars Boba Fett figure.
Boba Fett.
Totally drink.
Totally drink.
Number 6, Far Cry Primal for the PlayStation 4. Number 5, PlayStation 4 500GB console Call of Duty edition. That's a drink. That's your final drink of the evening. Well, no, but until I say something wrong.
No more drinking for you.
Number 4, Pokemon Tournament for the Wii U. Number 3, Tom Clancy's The Division for the Xbox One. Number 2, The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess for the Wii U. And number 1, Tom Clancy's The Division for PlayStation 4. So there we go. So Brian,
Kevin.
how was your week?
There we go.
Pretty much the beginning part of the week was me driving back Wednesday from Michigan. Another snowstorm. Survived. Then went to New York, and it was pretty smooth sailing after that. Can't really say I saw anything really new in Flash. Like you going to go see that new Star Wars movie in the biggest theater that Cleveland, if not Northern Ohio, had to offer. As I was telling Kevin earlier, I got Talisman, the Horus Heresy, on Steam, which is the game Talisman, which is basically a turn-based card strategy kind of game. That was originally the game Talisman, which is a board game, and now it's all apps and stuff like that. I'll tell you straight off, the graphics in the game are pretty good. The instructions are pretty decent as far as telling you what to do. It's not a high, it's not like a highbrow fucking game where you have to sit there and take 20 minutes to make a decision. Although the AI, if you're playing yourself and you have all the other AI in the game, you do have to kind of ponderously wait for that to get done before you get back to your turn. And in a way, it's kind of good because that way it doesn't like, oh, by the way, you just took over these 4 planets and you weren't paying attention, so you didn't notice. Like, well, wait a minute. Let me think. Other than that, it's just been about it, really. I mean, just another week.
Painting models.
Huh?
Doing your modeling, painting models.
Yeah. I been, working on my little medieval city a bit, and slowly but surely putting those buildings together. And I got miniatures I'm painting, which look nothing like what's advertised, of course, because those are professionals that sit around their house all day and they paint little miniatures and then they sell them for $100 on eBay, whatever.
You can tell that you have like a daughter, because if you had a son like us when we were kids, that thing would have never lasted 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, it'd be painted with little symbols of Satan on it, and then it'd be if I had a son, he'd be like a teenager or something. He would have like destroyed it or thrown it out for my own good.
There'd be like a basketball in the middle of it, which was like the comet that smashed into the town.
Yeah, there'd be blood sprayed all over the walls because I would have killed him. Otherwise, yeah, it's been pretty just laid back. I mean, I haven't, I'm just looking forward to spring's supposed to be warm this week, apparently.
Yep.
According to myth, it's supposed to be. I have no idea how true that shit is. Guess we'll find out.
All right. Don, how was your week?
He's French now. Great.
Oui, bonjour, je m'appelle Donald.
Wow.
Okay. Well,
Donnie actually speaks French because that was actually correct.
I know, I took French twice.
What did French take you?
Well, it did. It took me far, far away. I didn't do anything out of the normal, but before anybody jumps on top of that, I'm known for being late, right? People know me. They're like, Anderson, He'll be here eventually. He'll get here. He's on his own timer and all that stuff. Well, I showed up at Kevin Baird's house yesterday for game night, which
Jesus.
isn't until next Saturday.
Right.
It was very early.
I've done that. I have done that myself. I showed up for a birthday party once a week before, and they were like oh Christ.
Not even, luckily, he was not home.
Like we're 271 and 71 meat. So,
Yeah. No, I'm standing. I came pulling in. I got 3 boxes of Hero Clicks. I got my big plastic thing screen for the maps. I got a Slurpee. I got a Mountain Dew in my pocket. Got my Kindle in my other pocket. I'm like, yep, knocking on the door. I'm like, well, nobody's answering. The lights are all mostly off. And there's no dogs barking. And I'm sitting there putting it in my head. I'm like, well, the dogs aren't barking, so he already has them downstairs. He already has them put away. And then I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to call Brian. I'm going to call Larry and see what they're doing. And thank God I didn't. Because I know for a fact that if I would have called either one of them, they would have like, we're on our way right now. Just stay there.
Yeah.
You know, it just would have even ended.
I absolutely would have. I would have been like, oh shit, I thought it was next week. Tell him I'll be there in like 2 minutes.
Exactly. And so I would have messed it all up for everybody like I did myself. And then I even called Kevin, and his phone went straight to voicemail, and I was like, what is he doing? What's he doing? And then as crazy as I am, I start thinking things like, did he go to put the dogs in the basement and they attacked him and killed him, and now he's down there all lame, he can't get up? I was like, you know what, I'm going to go sit in the car. I text Kevin. I text him. I'm like, hey, man, I'm here. I don't know where everybody's at. And then I'm sitting there going through all the information in my head, and I'm like, okay, come on. March 12th, 7 o'clock, Kevin Baird's house. I'm here. It's 7 o'clock. It's... Oh.
Dun, dun, dun.
I couldn't get out of there quick enough. I was like, go, 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 go.
Because Kevin's robots will eventually come around the corner, like, sees him.
Exactly. I was like, man, thank God he was. And then he texted me back. He's like, oh, I'm sorry, man. I was in the movies. Like it was like he was supposed to be there or something. I'm like, no, it's cool, man. It's cool. It's better that you weren't here. It would have been more embarrassing. Because then, like, he would have come to the door in like his underwear or something. And been like, what are you doing here? And I would have been like, I'm here for game night. And he would have been like, there's no game night. Go away. It would have been really bad.
Fuck off my property.
But other than that, it was an all right week. I was having a good time up until then. And then I got Sophie tonight. She's in the bedroom. That's why I'm in the computer room at the house now.
Yeah. I did listen to your show recently. It is kind of funny that you try to talk quietly in your your show.
As long as you can still hear me, I guess I'm all right.
Yeah.
You're listening to Tumbleweed with your host, Todd Anderson.
Well, that's the thing is, like I said on the show, I'm like, I could just imagine my mom sitting outside the door waiting for me, like sitting there with her ear to the door listening, like, what's he saying? What's he saying? But then the other half of me is like, my mom doesn't care. She does not care at all about what I'm doing or saying in there, you know? So.
Okay. Larry, how'd your week go?
Let's see. How'd my week go? I haven't killed myself yet, so that's a plus, I guess. Depending upon who you are and how you feel about me. Some people will be bummed out about that. I've advanced as far as level 1469 at Candy Crush Saga, because that is pretty much the only achievement I have in my life. I worked like a motherfucker this week because it was the beginning of the month, so I had to do all
What does a motherfucker work like?
Like, I don't know, 5'8", really fat and bald. Like by Thursday, I was already into overtime, which for my job is crazy. And so Thursday, or was it Thursday? No, Wednesday. I was at work and I started texting people like, I'm about to leave this place and I need a fucking drink. So I was like, hey,
I gotta get out of here! I'm in profit!
So I started texting people. Yeah, until my card melts or I pass out on the floor. Let's see. Then I went back to working some more and didn't do much this week. Did the Boneyard? I will throw this out there because I know people around the world come to us for their for our insights on the world of entertainment and what they should or should not be watching. This week, if you are one of the 3 people that actually has the Chiller channel on your cable fucking package, I started watching their new series Slasher. Pretty damn good for a cable series.
Is that good in a bad way, or
no? Like the setup before the opening credits of the pilot, where it's Halloween 1988. There's this couple is he's getting ready for the Halloween party. She's staying home because she's all pregnant and doesn't feel good. He's just waiting on their buddy to get there. Knock at the door. Dude, all scary looking. He's like, "Hey man, come on in." She's not going. Let me just let's just grab a beer before we go. Dude walks in. There's another knock at the door. He's like, "Hey, could you go get the candy for the kids?" No. Why are you being a dick? And he opens the door and it's his buddy. He's like, who the fuck is that guy? He's like, I thought it was you. And like before he could even turn around, fucking machete through his chest, kills the dude, fucking
Nice.
kills the pregnant lady, chops the baby out of her stomach, and the cops show up and he's sitting in the chair rocking the baby. Cut to opening credits. So that's the sort of show you're looking at.
Nice.
It's a little funny in that it's totally a 2016 type show because we fast forward 30 years or whatever, and the couple that's moving into the house is of course an interracial couple. Their landlords are of course a gay couple. Like there's no like like right off the bat, boom boom boom. We got all of it out of the way. Enjoy. But and they're setting it up to be kind of like a Seven thing where the 30 years later this killer has not returned because the killer is in a fucking psych ward, where the chick now goes to talk to him to find out about this new killer. So it's kind of like Silence of the Lambs meets Seven, because this new guy is killing people according to the 7 deadly sins. So, and
That's familiar.
because it's a small town, like we're 2 episodes in and like half the town is dead. So I'm not sure how long this thing can run, because it already has a fucking body count. But it's pretty good. So what else? I think that was pretty much my week. Very exciting shit going on.
Well, I saw Star Wars, and I saw it in IMAX, but unfortunately, the Science Center's IMAX is an OmniMax, so it basically made it so the whole thing was warped.
Nice.
It's kind of like watching the movie inside a bowl. Like if you were upside down with the bowl, it's all warped. It was not good to see it that way. So I don't recommend OmniVision to watch movies. You have to stare at the ceiling the entire time, so your head's like crooked.
See, I didn't even know it was one of those because I was tempted to go to that one when you were.
Yeah, I didn't know it was going to be like that.
I didn't realize it was a silly thing that would have killed me. I would have been like, "Fuck this."
Yeah, it was not good at all.
There would have been a theater shooting in Cleveland.
Yeah, so I'll know that for next time that theater blows. Unless it's filmed in OmniMax, then fine, because then it would make sense. But since it's not, it wasn't good. Yeah, and then just gardening and working and watching Zatoichi films.
Zatoichi.
Or as the Japanese say, Zatoichi. But yeah, so that was my week. All right. We don't have very much news this week. But we got a couple things we can talk about. Maybe.
Well, if not, I can also tell everybody about my my year-end review at work, where I got one of those raises where you almost wish they wouldn't have given you a raise, because then you could be pissed about not getting a raise. But as it is, you just have to be insulted, but can't complain because they did technically give you a raise. And you're like, is this like per hour, per paycheck? What is this?
It's like a nickel. You get the nickel raise.
You rounded me off to the next dollar? Is that what happened?
Jeez. In 2014, nearly 4,000 backers pledged $100,000 for a silly game about being a bear. Yesterday, despite seemingly happy backers and 78% positive reviews on Steam, Bear Simulator's developer says updating the game any further is a lost cause. I played John Farjay's kickstarted Bear Sim last weekend. This is on Kotaku. While it could certainly use a lot more polish and tweaking, as a first game from an untested developer, it's pretty impressive. Not only did he manage to drum up enough interest in a silly concept to gather a large amount of cash to support development, his first game made it through Steam's Greenlight program and onto the store proper, where it currently enjoys a mostly positive review average of 78%. That sounds like a success to me, which is why Farjay's latest Kickstarter update was such a surprise. While the game didn't have a great reception, has a stigma against its name, and there's plenty of other problems, so making any updates or going further is basically a lost cause now. Plus, not skilled enough to make the game better than it currently is or write better updates than previously. Was really hoping the Steam release would go well, but why would it? Should have just gave the game to backers and not bother with Steam. Also, don't want to deal with the drama anymore. Can't ignore it because that causes more drama, and can't do anything about it because that causes more drama. So why all the drama? For one thing, I wasn't the only person who makes YouTube's videos to notice Bear Simulator on Steam. Felix PewDiePie Kellberg also played the game, and he did not like it at all. His video review of the game ended with YouTube's biggest celebrity giving the game developer the finger after attempting to get a Steam refund for it. The vid currently has more than 2.5 million views. Despite the widely viewed video, Bear Simulator still maintains a mostly positive average on Steam, though it's not really readily evident when browsing through user reviews. Though positive reviews from folks owning the game far outnumber the negative, currently 105 to 30, the negative reviews have received a massive amount of helpful ratings. Users don't have to own the game to mark a negative review as helpful, bringing them to the front of the page. That's not to say the negative reviews are unwarranted. Several of them, including the current highest rated review, come from players identifying themselves as backers of the original Kickstarter project, as Steam member Tickler points out in a review below. Let's see, he wrote, Update 2. The developer flagged my review as abusive. It has since been repealed by, I'm guessing, a Steam moderator. Update. The dev has deleted my forum post. I made a post warning people about the game, and it was deleted without warning. It looks like this is happening to other posts too. I was a $50 Kickstarter backer. Fool. The dev has not communicated anything. I got my alpha access 3 weeks before release. This game has received no bug testing, and John Farjay, the developer, will not listen or respond to any form of input. This game is poorly made and buggy mess. The code the backers are not personalized and anyone can use them. Oh, the codes the backers probably got. The exciting area the developer promised to backers is a shed with a picture of a frog in it. The developer rarely posts to social media and rarely, if ever, responds to messages. The game was supposed to come out over a year ago, but John went on hiatus for a year without a single word. This game is a mess as it is, and I don't see changing in the future. So there we go. Don't buy Bear Simulator. It's the moral of that story. I guess that's the moral.
In case there was some confusion over how you should proceed with
don't give $50 to a game that's not out yet. Like, I can understand $10 or $20 or something, or if you're going to get something really cool or whatever with it, but like simulator games like that, they're always like $1 very quickly. You should just wait it out.
Yeah, $50 is basically they're just taking your money.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not...
Buy drugs.
How much fun are you going to have with the Bear Simulator? Really. Steam Top 10. Number 10, The Culling. Number 9, Super Hot. Number 8, Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Number 7, Factorio. Oh, yeah, some new names on this list, which is good. Number 6, Rise of the Tomb Raider. Number 5, Far Cry Primal. Number 4, Fallout 4 Season Pass. Number 3 is Far Cry Primal. Number 2 is Stardew Valley. And number 1 is Tom Clancy's The Division. Let me get the list up here. Games coming out this week. Monday, nothing. Tuesday, multi-platform, we have Action Hank and Tom Clancy's The Division. For PlayStation Vita, we have Blast 'em Bunnies. And for PC, we have Shardlight and The Culling. Wednesday, multi-platform, we have everybody's favorite game, Casey Powell Lacrosse 16. On Thursday, for the Wii U, we have Star Ghost.
Okay, is that name meant to trick us into thinking that there's a famous lacrosse player that we're supposed to know? Like, oh my God, it's the official.
Finally, it's out.
All lacrosse.
Yeah.
None of that generic lacrosse bullshit.
Yeah. How good could that be when you think about it?
Maybe it's really good.
Yeah, could be an EA Sports game.
Probably won't be, but
Technically, it could happen.
For PlayStation Vita on Thursday, we have Summon Night 6 Lost Borders. And for PC, we have Upwards Lonely Robot.
all right.
I know. And then Friday, multi-platform Hitman. I don't know. There you go. That's the games coming out this week. I think Tom Clancy's The Division is the big one there.
Yeah, that does look. I saw the preview for that. It looked pretty tasty.
Lacrosse 16 for those who know who Casey Powell is. Rubbing their hands together in glee. 2 more publishers have decided to drop previous presents on the E3 convention show floor. The Electronic Entertainment Expo is leaking publishers. VentureBeat today reported that 2 more major companies have decided against having space on this year's floor. A Wargaming representative explained its decision, saying, "From a company perspective, we're focusing a large majority of activities on events focused on our players and community. Whether it's a small group of players or hundreds at one of our player gatherings, they're our main priority. From a strictly business perspective, E3 just doesn't fit our current direction. It's a show that is very centralized on retail product. And as a free-to-play digital download gaming company, we've realized that while the show may be a good fit for lots of other publishers and developers, it's currently not a great fit for us." While Disney has more of a retail emphasis thanks to its flagship Toys to Life series, Disney Infinity, the lack of a new major release in that franchise this year might have played a part in its thinking as well. Yeah, let's not count the 3.0 edition that we were just talking about earlier. A Disney representative told VentureBeat that it has chosen to focus on, quote, "additional direct-to-fan engagements through the summer this year." Figured it was Disney. I should do a dumb voice.
Yeah.
In January, Electronic Arts announced that it would not have an E3 booth this year. Last week, Activision Blizzard did the same. I think Nintendo's out as well. I think they're always out. ESA Senior Vice President of Communication Rich Taylor downplayed the significance of losing these long-standing exhibitors from the show floor. Why even fucking go? Who's there? Microsoft? Sony? Individual companies will make their own decisions in each iteration of E3, Taylor
Yoda
said.
is running a game company now?
Overall, E3 for the past several years has been among the best shows we've ever experienced. E3 remains a dynamic and valuable preeminent show of its kind in the world of video games, entertainment, and innovation. It's still the place to be. We have a record number of press briefings this year in the ramp to opening the show, as an indicator that folks recognize how valuable a launch pad it is. Being a part of E3 adds rocket fuel to the attention and eyeballs and interest and visibility of new titles and hardware. and are innovations that our industry produces each and every year. E3 is a strong, critical, and integral part of our video game ecosystem.
That's it. Who gives a shit? Okay.
Holy brilliant joys! The X-23 simulator. Now I shall destroy the planet.
That's what you sounded like.
Yeah. Going for something like that. Sega Networks has cut staff amid hyper-competitive market conditions. Sega's Western mobile division appears to have shut down Puzzle Pirate studio 3 Rings. Sega purchased 3 Rings back in 2011, but thanks to tough conditions in the mobile games market, Sega Networks today said goodbye to the studio behind Puzzle Pirates, Spiral Knights, and Corpsecraft. Really? Corpsecraft?
Nice.
Let's decorate a dead body. Maybe that's what got those guys let go. This is our new games, Corpsecraft.
If you're right.
You just decorate a corpse. You can put a scar here, gaping wound there.
And Embalmer Simulator.
The move came as part of an unspecified number of layoffs at Sega's Western mobile division. In response to challenging and hyper-competitive mobile market conditions, Sega Networks Incorporated, Sega's mobile division in the West, has... Oh, I thought that was like the quote ended. Sega Networks Incorporated, Sega's mobile division in the West, has refocused its operations and made a reduction in workforce. Sega commented to GamesBeat. As a result, we said goodbye to our talented friends and colleagues at 3 Rings Design Incorporated, alongside a small number of team members on the publishing side of Sega's mobile division. Apparently, the decision stems in part from a new focus on IP-based games created by internal studios, which means more titles like Sonic Dash,
Oh boy.
along with a desire to bring popular Japanese mobile games to the West and mass-market view-per-play games designed to further Sega's network strategy in the West. Sega's up some very stiff competition in the mobile space dominated by firms like Supercell, King, and Gung Ho Online, according to a recent App Annie report. While Asian companies controlled a major portion of the global mobile market, Sega itself was in 22nd place on the list of top publishers in 2015. Okay,
I need TP for my gung hole.
that's it for the news this week. Got a couple emails. 3. Got 3 emails. This one is from Eric. And he wrote to, "It's stressful to think of something witty here at videogamenews.com. Well, you did a good job, Eric. Hi, guys. Just finished listening to the March 28th podcast. March 28th?
That's a.
February.
Let us know how it goes.
Yeah.
That's what we did.
If it wasn't good, we'll do it again.
What are you gonna like? What?
Unless you're
What was
talking
your
about
favorite
like
part?
in years past or something. And your trip down memory lane sparked something I hadn't thought of in years. My brother and I had an Atari. Not really the Atari, but the Sears version. And his favorite game of that console was Defender. He played for hours trying to get some crazy high score. He would let all the humans get captured and just sit on top of the last one, shooting all the aliens as they came by. Super boring to watch. Well, he hit some bazillion point high score one time and made my mom take a picture of him by the television. I guess he wanted to mail it to Atari Age or something. This was back in the day when you had to actually take film to be developed. So he left the console turned on in order to preserve the high score. Just to make sure the picture turned out okay. Well, being the little brother I was, I let that console sit for about 2 days, then finally turned it off so I could play. Needless to say, actually 2 days is pretty good in terms of patience.
Yeah, that's.
when I was a kid, that wouldn't have lasted an hour with Brian.
No, 5 minutes it would have been like, why is that thing on? Shut that off.
Needless to say, when we finally got the pictures back, a few days later, the picture didn't turn out. It captured the analog TV screen flicker, and you couldn't read the score. It's just a picture of my brother smiling besides a TV. That's funny. Now, my question, Larry.
We go back in time.
What rehab exercises did you do for your shoulder? Mine has been bothering me for months now, and I can't get it worked out. Reaching above or behind me brings me to tears. Thanks for the memories and medical advice. Cheers, Eric.
Well, Eric, first I can tell you that Kinesio tape is fucking magic. I don't know how it works. I don't know why it works. I'm sure Kevin could give us a 37-minute fucking soliloquy on it, but I don't get it. She taped me up a couple times. That was great. I also got the dry needling, which was awesome, and left me asymptomatic for hours, immediately thereafter. As far as the rehab stuff, mine was more tightness than pain. So the one, it sounds stupid as hell, but it totally worked, is she had me just kind of lean over so that my arm was hanging limp and just kind of make circles with it back and forth for a few minutes, and that sort of got the blood flowing. I got one of those half roll things that they have you lay down on to crush your spine into unnatural shapes. And you lay on that and just stick your arms straight up at the ceiling and then off to the sides. That shit worked.
Just crazy screams coming out of Larry inside the...
yeah. And I got the half roll because they have this one where it's just one of those big fucking foam rolls. But the full one, I'm not even sure how you do that unless you're a circus clown. Because I know if I laid on that, I would immediately just fly off to one side and slam my face into the wall or something. So then the other one that the other therapist gave me is kind of weird and kind of awkward, and I was always 100% convinced I was doing it wrong. But she basically had me take my arm across my body down to my hip, and then bring it across like I was drawing a sword out to the wall. And I was pretty sure I was always screwing that one up, and didn't do it nearly as much as I was supposed to. But seriously, I Lord knows I'm the last guy to say go see a doctor, but if you can get to a physical therapist, a good one, I mean, they saved my ass, because I was literally at the point where I was honestly considering killing myself because I was going fucking nuts. I mean, it sounds weird because it was never excruciating pain, and I know everybody here has had that point where you just have days of horrible excruciating back pain or knee pain or something. But if you just get kind of pain for weeks on end and it never goes away, it just makes you fucking nuts. I was hallucinating and shit from this. So
there's a problem with that?
well, once you start mixing drugs and alcohol and you're already hallucinating, shit gets wacky.
Yeah, the floor grab you and stuff.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, not that I have ever used illegal recreational drugs or anything like that. But yeah, I got attacked by the crazy pink bugs on my sink one time, and it was so. But seriously, and it was funny because I had sort of started doing that one on my own before I went to the physical therapy. But if you're getting just tightness, especially when you're moving it, that stupid just let it hang limp and swing it around. That would, even before I started the therapy, that would help a little bit, because you're just basically taking all the pressure off of it and letting it do its thing.
Cool. All right, this one's from Nookie, and he writes into sugar that tastes like Cease feet at videogamenews.com. That's funny. Don Cease walking on the sugar. Hello there, Spring Breakers. After triggering a round of despair and bitterness from asking about how everyone would spend their tax money on the last show, I know better than asking about everybody's spring break plans. I swear at this point, Donnie is one snap away from Full Metal Jacket. Instead, I will ask what everyone's worst hotel experience is. Well, I'm sure Brian's got something good. Last year, my friends and I went to Washington and stayed at this rental home, which we later on realized that it's located near the hood. As we approached the front door on the first evening, a cockroach attacked my friend's forehead. The bathroom floor lined with dead flies. On the third day, the entire ground floor was plagued by ants. My friend found some ant glue and started laying it all around the house. But the only thing that was captured was my other friend who unknowingly walked around the house spreading ant glue everywhere.
Nice.
Cheers and stay warm, Nookie.
Wait,
Yeah.
what was this about me going crazy? What?
You know, last week we talked about how you would spend your tax money.
Oh, right, and then I don't get any?
Right. Yeah.
Right.
So,
Got it.
Brian, do you have a worst hotel memory or anything?
I mean, they're all kind of just, you know, they always seem like the absolute fucking worst. When they're occurring, is usually people either screaming or fucking in the room next to you, which you think fucking would be great. And you're like, well, I'm up, I might as well enjoy myself, but it's not you getting laid, it's somebody else, and the noises are just usually kind of gross. They're just like, oh, please stop. Where to begin? The time where they told me that the person that had the room that had been below me had committed suicide at some point. That was a good one to hear. Let me tell you, you're trying to sleep and you keep fucking thinking you're seeing shit in the darkest corners of the fucking room.
Gonna get me.
I'll tell you about the strangest thing that ever happened that I actually was able to enjoy retaliating against. Somebody in the room next to mine was opening up the dresser drawer and then slamming it shut. There's 6 drawers. I kind of opened my eye up. I'm like, what the fuck? Now, it didn't occur to me why this person was doing this, because, you know, who cares why? So, I'm like, all right, 6, 7, 8, somebody's in the room, and they're slamming the dresser drawer. So I'm like, okay. So it's the middle of the night, so I just sit there nodding to myself, got up, stood up on top of the bed. I'm like, let's see what happens, and just threw myself at the opposite fucking wall from the bed into the fucking wall. So whoever was there, all there was crash! It sounded like I was coming through the fucking wall. And that was the end of them, you know.
Oh, yeah.
So that was fun. I enjoyed myself a lot in that.
Big angry Kool-Aid man coming at you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it would have been funny if you actually did go through the wall.
It would have been even better.
Yeah, I was going to do the Kool-Aid guy. It would have been great, but no.
I'm just gonna put this blanket up over the hole, just act like you can't see me.
Anybody else got any crazy hotel stories?
Not that I can think of.
I mean,
No.
But like the only one I had was, you know, that one that I spent an hour on, you know, last year. So we already covered it when I had my ridiculous, you know, overnight road trip to Virginia and stayed at the fucking Motel Hell where they harvest your organs while you sleep. But
Yeah, I got nothing.
My mom, who has, had, you know, a small fortune in savings at one point,
Yeah.
decides.
Oh, by the way, I can't get it mine. Because they transferred my account from
to Canada.
from there to Cleveland, and the guy said, "Yeah, call this number, or here's the guy's email address, and he's in charge of your account now." And I call the number, and there's no mailbox, and the email address doesn't exist. And I'm like, "Oh, that's great." It's March. I haven't gotten money from them once. I'm like, all right, that's so. I'm still trying to get a hold of
This
the
is
guy.
your IRA money, right?
I know.
You're talking about- Yeah, okay. It's not the money I send to you. You still get that.
That's still good.
Yeah, anyway, Brian has a cache of money that he gets.
Time to change banks.
Yeah.
Well, I would, but I don't have any choice.
So anyway, she has a small fortune in cash, and she decides to have Brian and I fly out and drive her back across the country, as most of you who have listened to the show know. But she decides to get motels.
Yeah,
And
the
what are
cheapest
those?
possible.
Motel 6? Is that what those were?
I don't remember. It was just the worst rubbishy.
They were
I
terrible.
thought it was a Econo Lodge, to be honest.
It was
pretty bad.
It was bad. It was
Okay,
like,
Motel 6 is a quality establishment.
oh my god. Maybe the one in Cleveland, but you know, I mean, it was gross. They were all gross. You know, you don't want to touch anything, kind of thing. I mean, Brian's probably used to it a little bit because he goes to these things all the time and he
You
could
could
give
tell.
a fuck. But I was just thinking to myself, I'm like, what? You know, could you spend a little bit of money? Could you just, you know, it doesn't have to be the Ritz or anything, but could you just, you know, Jesus Christ, we're driving all fucking day and night to fucking, you know, to get to one of these stops, and God forbid she's got to spend an extra $20. I don't know. She's dead now, so I can say these things. This is fucking gross. This is, you know, it was funny because Brian and I were there, but at the same time, it was just, you know, ugh. But that's all I have to say about that. Nothing crazy happened. But, you know. Nobody came in acting all crazy or nothing. This one's from Antonio. And he writes into Sad Larry at videogamenews.com. He says, hello, Don and crew.
What up?
Tony here. I was recently listening to the old VGN episodes, and I came across something interesting. There was an old episode in which Brian was telling a scary story of him seeing something spooky in a field late at night. What exactly was this? And also, the dead dog in the kiddie pool. MeWe gets old. Peace. I don't know what that means.
It never gets old?
Probably,
Yeah, I think
but he wrote
I think
me.
that was never.
Autocorrect wrote MeWe gets old. So, might want to check that on your iPhone. Never is being autocorrected into MeWe. Brian, do you have any recollection of what he's talking about?
Nope.
Yeah, I don't remember that one.
You guys
When
ever
would Brian
seen?
have been near a field anyhow?
You guys ever think you saw a real ghost? I know we've talked about the supernatural on a Midwest wasteland, but I think we all talked about being scared by our brothers and shit creeping around the house. I don't know if anybody ever mentioned that they actually thought they saw a real ghost.
Night of hot cold pop.
Oh, that's true. That was creepy. Yeah. That was just Anderson spent the night in some weird shit.
Went down.
Yeah, it was weird. We didn't really see anything, though.
I thought I saw something, but then I woke up and Kevin's like, shut up. You're freaking me out. Go to sleep. I'm trying, dude. I'm trying.
Yeah.
But nothing like walking through a hallway or...
Ghosts know better to talk to me. I'd have a lot of questions. They'd be like trying to scare me, and I'd be like,
And they'd be like, oh, you'd be like, now I'm wondering about, like, from a thermodynamic, Ghost is like, fuck this.
where exactly did you come from? I'm gonna kill you.
Like,
But
are you
wait.
always here?
Oh, scary ghost.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know.
You would think like with all the times we spent at like the Porterhouse, or you know what I mean, like all them places we always meet, like the Witch's Grave. and all
Yeah,
that
right.
stuff.
Exactly. Well, we went to Mansfield. Larry saw something. I don't know.
No, I heard stuff. I didn't actually see anything.
Oh.
Right, just like the Witch's Grave, they got that recording of what we think we hear laughing. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, well,
Like we totally heard somebody upstairs by the one thing, and then when we got up the stairs, there was nobody there. And we totally heard somebody up on like the cell block above us drop something, and then when we turned around, there was nothing there.
he couldn't walk away.
But I didn't see like the ghosts of
Prisoners
And-
Pass.
like dead prisoners didn't like lock us in a cell and try to eat us or anything.
There's been many.
Although that would have been like I was there was that small part of me that was hoping and praying that as everybody reassembled before dawn in the pizza room, like people would be missing or something. Like, oh my god.
Brian staying silent during all this.
There's been many moments in my life where like I really could not use a ghost at that moment, you know, like hiding in the woods in laser tag in the dark and shit. And you're thinking in your head like, really don't need to have some fucking boogity boo fucking jump out right now. Some shit
Walks
my
up next to you,
pants.
you're like, who are you? Why are you glowing? I'm ghost
You're
of
all-
laser tag
Yeah,
past.
you're running around in the woods playing laser tags. Ah, damn it, it's a Wendigo.
Yeah.
Here we go again.
You know, when you're like with other people and they're like, I think I saw something over there. And you're like,
That was cool when
there's
you were
nothing
young and you
over
got
there.
I was like, you're like, shut up.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
But then you
Go
gotta
over there.
walk over there and you're just like, oh fuck, I hope there's nothing over here.
Yeah. Especially when like we go back and there's nobody there, and you remember those fuckers said that. You're like, man, god damn it!
You said.
I'm just gonna walk across this field. There's nothing there. There's nothing there. I'm not seeing. God damn it! No, shut up. I didn't hear that. I didn't hear shit.
It's fucking fucked up. Like the Porter house, like those guys went into the Porter house. Like I would never have gone into the house just because everybody talked crazy about it.
We're going to, but we were right. I opened the door, and then we ran like bitches.
Right. I walked around it once. I walked around the back of the house and stuff. I came around the one side and like the wind picked up and the leaves started flying and I was just like, I'm out. I just ran.
There was this house in the suburbs. It's called the Porter House,
People
and
live in them.
it was like this empty house at the time. But it was weird because it was behind all these other houses. It didn't have
So
like
it's a back house.
It was
But-
like it
but it was
put it this way. It was off of a main road, but there was a road into a development that came off of that. And then picture a triangle with those 2 points, right? And right in the middle of the triangle was the house.
yeah. I mean, it didn't have like a road or anything going to it.
No,
It was
it just had a driveway that went in between the two houses. It was just
Yeah.
surrounded in houses.
and it was like a full size house. It wasn't like that's where the help lives. You know, I mean, this had like multiple floors.
It was like an old house.
Yeah, it had
Yeah.
driveway, it had everything.
It was
The driveway, but
It
there
was
was like
creepy.
it didn't actually lead anywhere.
right.
Well, yeah, there was no garage. Was there?
It's creepy.
Eventually, they did something with it. They
Somebody's living in it now. They fixed it all up. There's a big gate. You can't get back there. Not a big gate, but like there's a gate there. You can't really. You could probably drive through it.
people were talking about how like they saw things levitating in there.
Yeah, you get so psyched out.
Through the floor. You got blood all the way up to your hips. They got outside and their car wouldn't start, but the man with the green eyes was walking towards them.
Shit like that, and you're just like, I'm not going in that house.
You're 50 feet away from a neighborhood. Just run. You know, it's like there's a neighborhood over here and there's a main road this way. 50 feet either way. And if there's some dude walking at you and the car doesn't start, run away.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't still do it.
But the car started. They started down the street, and the guy was running after him, like right behind him.
Yeah, right.
He's gonna walk at you while you're in the car, but then when you're driving, he's running behind you. Nobody sees him.
People, they don't. I don't think people get it like today, because back then there's like no iPhone.
Right.
Right.
You know, there's no ghost finding app. There's none of that shit.
Right.
It's like fall. You know, you got a bunch of headbangers creeping through the woods, the wind blowing, no music, everybody's quiet and freaked out. You know, coming to some pitch black house on a pitch black fucking street.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there's lights, but they're way the fuck far away, and they're just,
Right.
you know, you just got done listening to like Slayer or King Diamond before you get there, so you're already weirded out from that shit.
And then
You
all
know,
the stories.
it's like,
Somebody's got
oh,
to.
Christ, what the fuck are we doing? Why are we doing this? You know, you're not getting laid, so let's go fucking see there's somebody that lives in this house. Can you imagine you actually people live there? You know, like, dudes in like docking t-shirts, damn it, fucking coming to the door, looking all freaked out, like, oh my god. And that's when they had like all that satanic panic going on with fucking Geraldo and shit. You know,
Right.
so people were like freaking out and shit. They were just like, oh, they're coming to fucking sacrifice us. They're gonna eat our flesh. You know, it's like, no.
I was Tilsner
Cool
right up
shit.
to the door. Tilsner walked right up to the door and knocked on it the one time. I just ran. I was like, nope, I'm not even waiting around. I'm not even taking a chance. I'm out.
Yeah.
That's because fucking Tilsner's like Witchfinder General, man.
He just doesn't care.
He's like the little wooden boy. Like it. Normal things don't affect him. He's just, you know, an automaton.
Right.
Yeah, like Brian, you went to Gore Orphanage, and
Yeah, that was dumb.
and there was what is that abandoned hospital that people used to talk about, where you could go in and there was still like beds and shit, and it was all abandoned though. People always talked about that, but I don't know where that was. It was on the east side or something. Oh well. Anyway, running out of time. Last email. It's from Noah. And he wrote to Brian, sorry I stole Amy at videogamenews.com. He says, greetings, guys. Which game do you tolerate or even enjoy grinding? Personally, I enjoy Diablo 3, which is about 90% grinding. Bonus question, what game do you remember as being the first grinding game you remember? Keep up the good work, Noah.
Wait, what?
Grinding is like when you're
Doing
playing
the
a
same
game
shit
and you're
over
trying
and
to
over
get
and over.
like a level 100 or something, so you got to just keep fighting the same monsters over and over again. Which,
Which is basically video gaming.
Okay. Red
yeah,
alert?
but there's
I don't
some
know.
games where that's basically all you do. like there's nothing else to it. There's no puzzles or anything. You're just
Yeah, red alert.
Diablo is just that. You're just grinding away. I play that
I'm
every
still
Wednesday.
playing that fucker because
It's
now
fun.
they got that adventure one, the Diablo 3, where you go in there and you could you go after all the bounties. You can get like you basically it's a time sink, and then they open up a dimensional hole and you go in there. And I'm like, oh, I wonder what's gonna be here. And there's little treasure fucking goblins or whatever the fuck they are. There was like 10 of them standing around. I'm like, well, this ought to be fun. So I fucking just had to just start wiping them out. I'm like, oh, this is kind of lucrative. All right, cool.
Okay, well, that's it for the show. We'll be back next week with more tales of truck driving,
True love and high adventure.
Me
Cheesecake
showing up at
Factory,
the right place at the wrong time.
waiting tables, whatever Larry does, and Kevin's gardening tips.
Game
That'll be
night's
next.
Saturday coming up, right?
What's that?
Game night is coming up this Saturday.
Yes, this Saturday.
Okay. Just so I know.
Yep. Okay, that's it. Good night. Peace.
Peace.
See ya.
Now it's going to take me 5 minutes to disconnect everybody. So thanks, guys. Take it easy.